The Oscars have been around for almost 90 years. It was made to appreciate the art of filmmaking. And every year for the past 4 years, I would tune in to see the results. Well, the results of one category, the Best Picture winner. It would always hold me to the edge of my seat in anticipation of what the winner would be.
For Best Picture.
You're impossible. Come on. La La Land.
But if we really look at the winners and nominees of Best Picture, it actually becomes quite predictable. Let's look at the nominees of last year. Now, why were these films nominated? What made these films special? First thing we should look at is how long each one of these movies are. Let's look at the Best Picture nominees of last year. 6 out of 9 of these movies is just about 2 hours or longer. Now let's look at all the Best Picture winners of the last 80 years. Nearly 70% of Oscar winners are longer than 2 hours. So why 2 hours, or just above 2 hours? Because it's just long enough to represent the whole story in a decently long time. It's also just long enough that the audience will be able to keep their attention. If it's longer than 2 hours, by 30 minutes or an hour, it will get harder and harder to keep their attention on the screen. The movie has to hit that sweet point where it could express all the information and be able to keep your attention. Long movies aren't just everything. You need the right genre. The right genre could be what wins it for you or what loses it for you. One of the genres that should guarantee you at least a nomination is a film in the drama category. Out of the 1,280 movies that have been nominated, 413 of them have been dramas. But dramas are a very wide genre. It basically means anything that is emotional or supposed to make you teary-eyed. So let's be more specific on what genre it should be. There's a few specific genres that give you a higher chance to win or get nominated for an Oscar. Those genres are biography, war, history, or romance. These genres can all involve drama somehow. The reason these movies win the most is that they give the film a form of importance, gives a more emotional emph to it. It can also represent some form of racism or sexism or whatever else is happening at the time. By giving the audience something real, it makes it more serious. That's why movies that aren't based on reality have a hard time winning Best Picture. For example, the sci-fi genre has only been nominated for 6 times and hasn't won once. This works the same for fantasy, westerns, and mysteries, which are not usually based on anything in reality. The Oscars were meant to show off the arts, but they seem to be awarding Oscars to history books. Not that they're not good, most of them are extremely incredible. I just wish they would let more original content flourish. They like to give awards to movies that have historical significance. It gives characters a more emotional backing, but I generally sometimes have more of an emotional connection with fiction and with fictional characters. It takes a lot of hard work to make you feel a certain emotion to a character, making them lifelike. With a real person, they already have a character. You already have a certain emotion to that character. But even if the Oscars are predictable, there's still a chance that it might surprise you.
Guys, I'm sorry.
No, there's a mistake. Moonlight, you guys won Best Picture.
Moonlight won. Come on, this is not a joke. This is not a joke. I'm afraid they read the wrong thing.
This is not a joke. Moonlight has won Best Picture. Moonlight, Best Picture.